Hi, got 5 minutes? Let me show you how to add a custom route in SoapJS. In one of the previous videos, we created a feature with generated CRUD routes, but not every endpoint is a CRUD endpoint. Sometimes you need a custom action. For example, we may want a publisher's area, but for now, I don't want a full CRUD resource. I only want a clean feature structure, and then I'll add routes manually. So first, let's add a blank feature. Soap, add feature, publishers, blank, db none, auth none, zone public, and run the expanded feature plan. A blank feature creates the feature folder setup.ts and index.ts, but it does not generate domain entities, repositories, use cases, controllers, or routes. This is useful when you want to build the feature step by step. Now let's add a submit pitch route to our publishers feature. We're going to use interactive mode, so CLI will ask a few questions about the route. Create a post endpoint. The final URL will live under the feature path, so in this case, submit pitch. Keep it as part of the public API zone. Auth none. In SoapJS, a route can be connected in different ways, but for application behavior, I usually prefer a use case. A use case keeps the route thin. The controller receives HTTP input, but the business action lives in the application layer. And now, the CLI helps us here. Because we selected a use case target, SoapJS creates the missing use case automatically. Let's open the generated files. First, submit pitch controller. It imports submit publisher pitch use case. It uses call use case decorator, and it maps route input through the generated route contract. Now let's open submit publisher pitch use case. This is the generated use case stub. It is intentionally small. The CLI gives us a starting point, and we can replace the placeholder logic with real application behavior. Now one more important file, setup.ts. Because this route uses a use case, SoapJS also adds the use case binding here. So the use case is not only generated, it is also connected to the feature dependency setup. This is the main difference between direct controller and use case routing. We'll demonstrate this in the next example by adding an activate publisher route. With a direct controller, you write the controller behavior directly. This doesn't mean you should put business logic inside the controller method. You can call a use case from there and perform some additional actions if needed, but the fewer side effects, the better. Now let's build the project and optionally run tests. Great, all tests are green. To make sure all routes are registered correctly, we can run soap check routes. Before we finish, let's also check if the new endpoints actually work. Remember to restart the server first. That's it. In this video, we added a blank feature, created a custom routes, connected one to a use case, generated contracts, and saw how SoapJS wires the use case into the feature setup. In the next video, we'll add authentication to the project and protect a new route with Google OAuth login and JWTF route auth. If you found this useful, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next SoapJS in 5 minutes.